Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to the Live Inspired Podcast, Monday Morning Moments with John O'Leary. This one's going to be an emotional one as we celebrate an anniversary of the passing of a dear friend. His name was John Ruhlin, and I'm going to begin this episode with a quote from Albert Einstein. "Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile." I met John Ruhlin nearly 2 decades ago and was immediately taken aback by his obvious love of life, his passion for people, and his childlike joy that the man radiated. Those who knew him know this. After learning I was a speaker, John introduced me to a leadership organization called Entrepreneurs Organization. That evening, he was the very first person to greet me when I walked in and the last one to hug me goodbye when I walked out. The next morning, he texted friends around the country urging them to have me speak at their next event. John even promised that if I wasn't the best speaker they'd ever heard, he personally would pay my entire fee. That act of faith, maybe recklessly given and generously offered, sparked more than 12 new speaking opportunities for me, so in par with who John Ruhlin was. We only had just met, and yet John was doing what very few others do. He was using his influence not just for his gain, but to elevate someone else that he cared for, someone else he knew, someone else he now loved. And the more I got to know John, the more I saw this wasn't a one-time gesture for me. It was how he lived his life every day for others. John Ruhlin built a wildly successful business and life practicing radical generosity. While many spend their lives asking the question, how much do I have to give? John asked a very different one. What's the most I can possibly offer? That question and the way he answered it changed my life, and it changed the world around him, which made the news we received just over a year ago all the more devastating. While vacationing with his wife and his 4 daughters, John collapsed unexpectedly and could not be revived. He was 44 years of age. For those of us who knew him, who had seen him bursting with life, this news was incomprehensible. The last text John and I shared was the morning he died. Our mutual friend, Matt Evans, you've heard me talk about him on the Monday Morning Motivation before, had been sending us daily Bible readings. And on this day, it was day number 529, we read from Hebrews 10. And in Hebrews 10, we were reminded to persevere, to remain steadfast. And then it went on to say, for a day is coming when we will meet God. Well, my friends, still emotional about this. Later that day, 1 year ago, at age 44, John Ruhlin was ready for that meeting. John left behind a grieving wife, 4 beautiful, amazing girls, and a global community of friends who were better because we knew him. He also left behind something else, a brilliant, beautiful example of what it looks like to live a life in service to others. Whether you had the privilege of knowing John Ruhlin or not, I hope you will carry forward what he taught the rest of us through the way he lived. Be generous without needing a reason. Use your influence to lift up others. Love with your whole heart, and live today as if it truly matters, because it does. My friends, tomorrow is not promised. Do you know that about your life? Tomorrow is not promised. And the best way we can honor John Ruhlin's legacy is to live as he did, not counting the cost, but asking instead, what's the most I can give? Whew. My friends, I want to thank you for being part of my story, part of John Ruhlin's story now, and living forward that beautiful legacy of generosity. If you are looking for a reminder of what it looks like in action, can I point you to a place where you can do exactly this? It turns out in 7 weeks around the United States and indeed eventually around the world, a film will be rolling out called Soul on Fire. It is the story ultimately not of a child being burned, but of people showing up in a little boy's life who had been given no offer of hope. And yet through their example, through their generosity, through their faithfulness, through their vibrancy, they breathe hope and inspiration, not only back into that little boy's life while he was in hospital, but into his journey going forward afterward. You can learn more about this story and how you can become part of this story by visiting me right now online at soulonfiremovie.com. While there, you can certainly watch the trailer. Awesome. You'll be inspired by it. Share it freely. But more than that, you'll have an opportunity to grab your tickets in your marketplace. You'll even have an opportunity of buying out theaters for your friends, for your family, for your church, for your community, for the schools where your kids go, for the places of work where you serve today. My friends, Hollywood has given us plenty of opportunities to celebrate what is wrong with the world. Soul on Fire gives us an opportunity to celebrate all that is right with it. There are people moving forward like John Ruhlin did to say, I can make a difference. My life matters. Generosity still is important, and individual lives can impact the world for good. That's what this film is about. Learn more right now today by visiting me online at soulonfiremovie.com. Grab your tickets. I look forward to seeing you in theaters. So my friends, for this time, and until next time, my name is John O'Leary. Today is your day. It is a gift. Live inspired.